God, bloody hell, it scared the life out of me. Welcome to a midweek maintenance episode. I came to the realisation last night, after I finished filming the work on the Capri, that like the whole place was a complete mess. And I've got 13 cars, which is the most it's not the most cars I've ever personally owned, not that for selling them all in my life. So it's getting a little bit like, oh, I need to maybe do some stuff. So today, grab a cup of tea, just sit down, relax, chill out, and we'll just do some little jobs. Move some cars around, do a little bit of maintenance on the fleet, and just get everything back to spec and ready for more work next week, and potentially have a look at all of the 13 cars, from favourite, best one, all the way down to this one's for sale. And these over here, we're going to have to move them on. We're going to have to get them ready for sale. Where should we begin? So, the place is a right mess. There's stuff everywhere, dust. I mean, this bit over here is just, you know, it's an annihilation, isn't it, really? Everything's thick with dust. Look at my kettle, you know? And I don't like working like this. But we had quite a big sort of filler job on that rear arch. And believe me, there'll be plenty more to come. However, I'm due to have a visit from TGB Detailing, and he's going to come today to sort of get this P6 cleaned and tidied up, bodywork wise buffed, make it all nice and shiny, because I've got the head back from the head shop. So here we have it, and yeah, it's looking pretty good. And he only took 0.004 off that head to get it flat, which is really impressive. So that's got to go back on soon. And because it's quite a involved, clean job, got to make sure everything's right, I've got to make sure everything else is right, you know, make sure everything's clean, make sure my tools are ready, make sure all this stuff's ready to go, and then we can get it on the car. This thing is the first job though. This is my little Spitfire. Now, I'm not going to tell you where this place is in the sort of favourite car out of the 13 ranking, but I was out in this the other day and it was so hot. It was like 27 degrees all day, and the car, you know, it performed amazingly. I drove it to Altrincham and back, and it was spot on. It was really, really good. However, as I got close to the workshop, the oil gauge sort of did a big fat bloop into the zero, and there was no oil pressure, which is usually a bit of a problem, but I think it's an issue with the oil pressure switch, because that's where it is now dripping with oil. Now the update on this, because quite a few of you have asked, is that it's not for sale to start with. I've decided that I am going to hang on to it for the foreseeable. Maybe next year I'll think of moving it on or something, but for the foreseeable, I just really like it and I want to keep it in my life. And I know we said we were going to do another episode on the engine bay and stuff. There might be a delay with that because I've been speaking to rimmers where I got the roof from and the wheels and a lot of other nice bits for the car, and they watched the video. Quite a few of their staff members watched the video and some ordered some merch and stuff. It was pretty cool, but we had a chat with them, and I want to do a couple of other bits to this car, namely a 4-branch manifold and stainless steel exhaust system, plus a couple of other jobs under here, getting this all nice and things. So I don't really tend to do anything that's sponsored, or I get asked quite often. The last one I got asked to do was Evian, the water, which is weird, isn't it? But unless it's something that I really believe in or use or something like that, I won't really do it. I'm not that interested in it, unless they were going to pay megabucks, but they don't. However, with Rimmers, I like Rimmers. I know there's other independents and stuff, and you know, Rimmers is a massive company, but I own another business which deals in e-commerce, and you know, we put in a huge amount of effort into our website and our online stuff, and I appreciate what it takes to do that, and Rimmers do it really, really well. On their website and stuff, they sort of, you know, make everything super slick, and it was the same on my website that I use for the record shop. You know, years of work it took us to get to that stage where the website's super easy, and you know, a lot of, you know, money and cost and everything, and that sort of stuff does make a difference for me, because I like to be able to just, at the end of the day, when I know what I need, go on, and a few clicks later I've got the part on its way. So I think that's very, very important. So they said they might do something with me in terms of a discount for parts and all that sort of stuff. So that might be the next episode on this in the future, sponsored by Rimmers, which would be super cool. So if you think that's a good idea and you like Rimmers yourself, tag them, message them, you know, all that sort of stuff, and say you should definitely do it. Work with Tasty Classics. Right, okay, so this thing is Weeping Oil. And I can see the oil pressure line with air in it, which is a bit weird, isn't it? Mark's turned up from TGB Detailing. He's going to get started on that thing. I've just checked the oil on this, and it's not even registered on the dipstick, which is pretty bad. So I'm going to put a load of oil in it, and then we're just going to sort of try and work some magic with this thing. I don't know why it's leaking all of a sudden. It's absolutely solid. I'm probably going to undo it all, take it out, put some stuff on it, and send it back in. 2 pipes, and that's disconnected. And it was in a little bit loose. I'm going to put some PTFE on it and put it back in, potentially a little bit tighter. But you can see the hole there and all the black oily bits underneath it. So I'm going to clean that as well, and then we can sort of monitor what it's like when it's running. So I've given that a good clean down there, and I'm going to fire it up now and see what it's like. There we go. She is sweet as a nut once again. Oil levels topped back up. And look at that oil pressure. Come on! What a beauty! That massive pool of oil isn't supposed to be there, and it's coming out of that oil pressure thing. Yeah, far from ideal. I wonder if it's just a case of tightening it. I didn't know how tight to tighten it. I'll tighten it a bit, run it again, and we'll see if it stopped. What have you used on it first off?
Just a very fine cut. So we use a fine cut on a soft pad, just to start. Go gentle before we go a bit more coarse.
Which it might need, mightn't it? What do you
Looks
think?
like it, yeah. I mean, it doesn't look like it's taken much off there, so.
Cool.
Give it a blow.
I've tightened it up as much as I dare to go, and it's fine. No leaks at all. None from the connection into the block, and none from the connection going to the gauge. Absolutely fantastic. Take that job off. So this is the before of the paint, and that's the after. Look at the beautiful shine on that. Big difference.
Getting there. It's that's gone with a medium cut, but still a soft pad.
Yeah, it's really nice.
We don't want to catch the edges of the...
Yeah, bits where the paint's on vacation. But yeah, it's going to look smart, this thing, and hopefully I'll make it run as well. That'd be nice. Bloody hell, look at that. It's probably about £4 worth.
Tried different combinations of pads. First bit was just soft cut, or fine cut, soft pad, medium cut, medium pad. And then we've gone with a slightly different pad, which is a Svisa thermo pad.
Right.
On the third stage here, getting much better results with that than the other 3 steps. This is still quite cloudy when you look at the spot.
Let's go from your angle there, because
if you look at each stage.
Yeah, you can see a.
It's definitely on the camera. It's a lot clearer finish on that.
Much clearer, yeah.
There and there still, so that's taking a better cut off and keeping it.
Compared to that, a million times better, isn't it? Dead smart. Just popped a couple of cars out the way while I do a bit of a shuffle. Just gonna have a little spin into Tarpley just to grab some fuel, and we're gonna reveal. And a lot of you probably already know the #1 vehicle, the favourite in the fleet. That's right, it's the Frontera. No, I'm joking. It's this big orange brute, which you all know is a favourite because I can do stuff like that. It's a skip on wheels, essentially. It's so handy. It's a skip on wheels powered by a monstrous V8 engine, which is fast and enjoyable. But I'm gonna run it over to the workshop, check the oil, check the water, pump the tyres out, make sure they're all good, and we're gonna head into town for some fuel. She's just a diamond of a vehicle. I mean, there's no other way of sort of explaining it. I just love it to bits. I absolutely love everything about it. And of course, when the truck's out, the cowboy hat's out. It's the only way. For anyone unfamiliar with this truck, let me give you a quick rundown of what this thing here is. This is a Ford 360 FE. So it's a 5.9 litre in French, and yeah, it's got uprated distributor, flamethrower distributor, blaster coil. It's got the Edelbrock intake manifold. It's got the Holly, is it Street Warrior, I think, carburettor. It's the 4-barrel carburettor. Change of the base plate and everything, and the engine has been completely rebuilt. Both heads, bottom end, complete refurbishment, pistons, rings, the whole shebang. And she's just absolutely rapid. It will pull a house down, and it's the fastest thing on the board. It's so low geared, and it's partly even more low geared because these wheels and tyres are a lot lower profile and stuff than the wheels and tyres that would have originally been on it. So the back axle, you're putting all this power through what is very close to a sort of normal car-sized tyre, and yeah, it takes off. This is the ultimate serotonin-inducing vehicle. Oh my god! Oh, it's an animal! It's a big orange animal. Everybody loves to see it on the road. And so do I. Although at 10 miles per gallon, you know, driving it every day does get a little bit costly. And annoyingly, I can't quite get it into my house without doing a 3-point turn. But if we just nip into the petrol station, going to the tip and going to get tyres and going, I don't know, for a little meal out in a country pub somewhere, this is the one. Or the Spitfire's the one. It's a couple of nice choices. But in the summer, I love the truck. But it's not bad in the winter either. It's got heaters and stuff. It's got Bluetooth. It's got everything. Good sound system. Handles a little bit like a semi-detached house, but that's fine. Oh God, it sounds so good. I've had this truck. It was imported from Texas, I think 4 years ago, and I got it as soon as it was imported. Did all the registration and stuff myself. Completely, you know, put new everything underneath and just sort of made it a nice, reliable thing. Maintenance-wise, I haven't really done much else to it since. I keep asking Ben to do a big interior sort of job for me, and we have started doing little bits. But outside, I'm not bothered about painting it or anything. I like it how it is. Just doesn't need anything doing to it. Oh. And unless it's fully warmed up, which this isn't, if you just stab your foot down on the throttle, it will die. Also can be quite difficult to get around these rural country town roads, you know. All in a day's work though, isn't it? I've just put a load of fuel in the Capri, so I'm hoping that's gonna not run out when I'm moving it around. So what's second favourite out? What's third? What's second favourite out of the fleet? It's so hard, isn't it? It's like your kids, you know. I think the way to look at it is, which cars in order would I be the most upset if someone said, oh, I'm going to come and take that away and you can't have it anymore. And if I go through all the cars, I'm like, right, okay, Discovery, but yeah, it's replaceable. The P4 is nice, but you know, it's still got a lot of, you know, more work to do. So where does that leave us? Well, it's not the Spitfire. The actual second car is in the little shed, and we're going to see it shortly. So genuinely, this Vauxhall Frontera is the 13th. This is in last place, the least favourite out of the Tasty Classics fleet. And I say that with a heavy heart. I mean, it's not the least favourite at all. It's a great car. I'd love to see it on the road, but the thing is, you know, compared to all the other cars that I've got, I don't know, I can't do it. Needs too much. And you know, what would I do with it when it was on the road? I just don't need it. It's completely, it's a shame. Someone will make a nice car out of it. It's on eBay at the moment, but I need to move it. I just want to sort of get it tucked up there. A few people have suggested why don't I put this engine in the Capri, and I mean, there's a million reasons why, but mainly, remember the gearbox in the Capri, Type 9 or Type 5, Type 9 Ford gearbox, will bolt onto the ST170 with a few inexpensive modifications, whereas this would be an absolute nightmare getting this to mate up. You'd have to have all sorts of custom stuff made, and then getting it under the bonnet, and then it's really heavy, and I don't want a heavy engine, I want a light revvy engine, which the ST170 is perfect for. Anyway, this thing is definitely not going to be able to start this massive engine, but let's give it a try. Okay, we're on green, our survey says. Absolutely nothing, so let's press the flat battery monitor thing. There we go. There's no way this is going to work. Oh my god, listen to that. Hasn't been run in ages. It's like a new penny. Leave it on for a second and then we'll get it shifted over there. That big orange camper there isn't mine. I wish it was, but it's not. Someone's just paying to store it there. It's cool, isn't it? But not mine. going to leave that man in for a bit, charge up the battery because the auction finishes tomorrow. So let's see how it goes. In 12th position, we have the Panhard sat under there. And it's only in 12th because it's just a parts car and I only need it for a few more bits. I still really like it, but it's just a parts car. I don't, can't drive it round anywhere, can I? The second favourite car after the pickup truck is behind me. And I fancy getting it out and parking it outside just so I can look at it when I drive past and stuff, and it's summer. Why not? Let some air get to it. Sadly, no, it's not this mad old Great Gatsby bus here. It's this thing. Oh, look at it! I want to put some more stuff in here, clear a few things, tidy stuff up. So this needs to come out. Oh, what a shame. And I want to see if it runs, because it hasn't run in, I don't know, I can't even remember, last year when it went to the NEC. It's very easy to open the bonnet of that. Right. Wonder if the battery's got any life in it. Surely not. Right, let's launch ourselves in here. Yeah. I've got welding down there, isn't it good? That's how this thing looked when I got it. 48 years sat there. And now it runs and drives. Well, it will do if we connect a few things up. Trusty BMW screwdriver fixes everything. Oh. Get out of it. Yeah, okay. What do we do now? Just twist the key? I mean, I think it's still in gear as well, actually. Is it? There's no way this battery's going to have charge in it, but let's find out. The battery has got charge. It's not going over fast enough, surely. I just want to see. Should we go and see if it's pumped any fuel up? It hasn't, but there is this little cherub here, which I think, little manual fuel pump. And there it goes. How cool is that? Fill that carb up. Oh, it's having a little drip. We don't mind. Yeah, so a couple of jobs I want to do on this. This seal on that's buggered, and this brake light switch doesn't work, so that's the next job on this. Plus new headlights and then a big buff and polish over. That's going to have some fuel in it now. Should we see if it goes? I've not connected that thing, but I could, but I'm not going to. It's gonna go, this thing. Right. Let's put a tiny bit more juice up to it, but not a lot. Sure, it would have done it without it, you know. That must be positive, and that must be negative. Come on! Oh, some electricity going through it. Don't know why. Oh, maybe because the bonnet's up. There's nothing like this car. I don't know if you're on the same page as me about it, but have you ever seen anything like it? Oh, indicator's on. That's what it was. Yeah, that's sorted it. That exhaust's off an Alfa Romeo. Can you see why I love it? Like, I mean, what do you like it? It's just, if cars have got souls, this one's got the biggest one, surely. 48 years sat in that barn, and another, you know, year, 6 months sat in there, and it's driving. I absolutely adore this thing. I really, really do. I'm going to get Mark over in a second to have a look at the paint and see if he can bring it up. Do a big buffing session on that. Make it look all shiny. I'm not one to lacquer patina. I don't like that whole thing. Other people can do that. I think lacquering patina's in very poor taste. Oh yeah, and we need to get the wipers off the donor car and get those fitted as well. A few jobs to do on this. I mean, it's never going to be a daily drive. I mean, it could be. You could probably drive this to the south of France right now. But for me, it's going to be more of just trundling to the odd show. If you haven't watched the 10-part series on it as well, it's an amazing series on this car. Full 10 parts of just getting it back to sort of life. It's a 1959 Panhard Dyna Z. And one of the reasons I'm so passionate about it, if you haven't watched the videos, this is one of one. There isn't any others. This is a right-hand drive 1959 Dyna Z. There's no others of these cars. I'm in the owners club. I know these things very well now. The owners club's amazing. The owners club has sort of really helped me out getting this thing back on the road, and they've confirmed, yeah, this is it. All the others are left-hand drive. This is a proper factory right-hand drive, and also it has these light pods on the back, which the other Dyna Zs just didn't come with. This was for the UK market. God, it's gorgeous. Right, let's get it parked up over there. Okay, now we're motoring. I remember driving this thing around the yard for the first time when I got it running. I had no clutch, no brakes and no throttle. We just had a string from the throttle going to the carb through a hole in the bulkhead. I mean, we're not much better now, are we? But at least we've got brakes. I've driven this all the way to Northwich as well. It's a great series, just to watch it. There we are then, car number 2 in the favourite scale, parked next to car number 13. This block of towing powerhouse is number 6. Very, very nice number 6 as well. Although I've used it in the last sort of couple of months, probably twice. But I don't care, I just love looking at it. If I'm going to go and do something a little bit posh, I'll take this, I'll give it a wash and take it. I just love it. Great bit of kit. Unreliable, breaks down all the time. All of the bad stuff surrounding these cars, but it's not a Toyota Land Cruiser, and that is a good thing. And while we're looking at this, there is a small job which I need to complete. Now, I've not won the pools or anything, but I have treated myself. Look at that, a Warrior. It's a 35 SP S12 winch, and if you've ever watched me getting cars on and off my trailer, you'll know that that is a big help. Replaces the hand winch that was on there before. So yeah, a winch, and this is a winch cover, and I bought it on the internet for I think about £13. And now hopefully it won't get much in the way of dust and rain and all that sort of stuff in it. On the trailer is car number 10 on the favourite list. I can't show you it. I'll give you a clue. It's a Ferrari. Sorry, it's got a Ferrari badge in the steering wheel. But yeah, I bought it the other day. It's one of the next Left for Deads. It's dead cool, but it is a secret. So you'll probably see it in a week or two, but that's number 10. If the new Left for Dead on the trailer behind the Discovery there is number 10, this is number 11. Number 8, and this is where we are at the end. This is the last car in the I'm not selling them category. Everything before this is not for sale. Everything after this is for sale. But this is number 8. This is a Morris Traveller that is awaiting a full hit, and we're supposedly doing another episode on it in June, where we're going to get it out and potentially box off all of the welding that's needed on the car. We've done loads of welding to it. There's a full new wood kit in there. We've done so much work, but I'm just getting a little bit concerned that this was a freshly sandblasted bonnet, and you can see the rust starting to come back through the primer already. So we need to get cracking on it. I want to use it. This is a car that Aled, a friend of mine, and myself bought together, and we're sort of gone halves on the car, halves on the job. So he's going to get involved and we're going to get it on the road. We're painting it yellow. We've already done a load of work to it. There is a first episode on this car, if you want to go and have a watch of it, where I explain everything. It's in there somewhere. Look in playlists and keep scrolling down and you'll see it. But yeah, second episode on that coming soon. This thing's really starting to look $1 million, isn't it? Real nice. Hoovering all the floor, hoovering the ramps, getting all this nice and tidy, hoovering all of this stuff, tidied this bit up, got this whole bench to do now. Just loads of stuff over here. All this parts department needs redoing again. So much maintenance, housekeeping, you know. Finally, back to spec. Tidied up, ready to go, ready for the next video. Got all the Capri bits all piled up here, ready for that to happen. Rover's looking exceptionally good. Really, really nice. I'm looking forward to getting stuck back into there. What the hell's that? What does it do? It's going to be a nightmare, isn't it? Try and remember where all this stuff goes. Ah, easy. Let's talk about car number 7. I'm sorry about the order of these things as well. I don't know how organised it is, but hopefully if I'm a good editor I'll have like a table going on the side. But this is number 7. Reason for why is because it's great and I really like it. And I use it all the time as my undercover agent car. Just get up to anything in this. It's bruised, it's battered, it's done 200,000 miles, but it's a DSG 170 Highline. It's got all the bits, and yeah, I just love it. It's great, dead easy to drive. When you've had a full, you know, tough day, you know, just having a car that you can jump in and have 2 pedals and you'll get home, and it just locks on a button and stuff, like the other cars where you've got to use your keys and things. It's great. How are you coping in this heat, Richard?
Terrible. I'm not doing any more welding today. It's going to be cutting, drilling, that's it.
So you've got your air conditioning set up there?
Air conditioning's opening, yes.
Nice.
But if you want to film me tomorrow morning at 6:30, then I'll be welding. It's a bit cooler.
6:30 in the morning, it's better.
6:30 in the morning, I'll be here welding when it's nice and cool. Then in the afternoon, it'll be the same again. Cut, drill, mark out.
Nice. What's this? Lawnmower?
It's a deco for lawnmower. It has not been looked after.
Hasn't, has it? It's got big rust holes in it, like most of my cars.
People don't look after them because the money that they spend, and they don't clean them after they've been using them.
Leaving wet grass in there.
Wet grass, no good.
Yeah.
But it's got to be repaired.
Yeah, keep it on the road. Not much happening today, is there? Friday?
Huh?
Should we go to the pub?
It's a bit of an idea, that.
Let's talk about just in at number 5. The P4. What a gorgeous machine. This is number 5. It's been a tough decision working out what was in front of this, but it's here, it's there. I don't want to sell it, I want to keep it. We've got, you know, us and the channel, we've got tons of history. This car was just one of the most difficult but most rewarding things to get running, and now it fires up second, you know, second revolution of the engine. It bursts into life. Gotta love it. Gorgeous bit of kit. Mark's just getting finished off for the day. The Rover's done, and it just looks like a brand new car. It's absolutely stunning. You know, it doesn't matter about the patina and stuff, the paint. It's just a good, honest, practical classic. Well, it will be when it runs. But yeah, real nice thing. Thanks, mate.
No worries.
Saved me a big job. All I've got to do now is get the thing running. And in terms of where the P6 stands on the board, it's number 9. Which means it is out of the realms of keeping it. But now I've seen it all polished up, I'm kind of might change my mind. I don't know. I'm just not sure what it's worth. I mean, it's only the 2 litre, but it'll be a beast of a thing when it's back on the road. I'm pretty sure everything works. There's a nice set of new mirrors to go on it and stuff. I don't know. What do you reckon? Do you want to, you know, if you want to buy it, do you want to sort of make me an offer? Send me an email in the description above. I don't know. Mark said, why don't I raffle it? What about a raffle? Does a raffle sound good? I don't know, like a few pound a ticket, do a couple of thousand of them. Well, yeah, £2 a ticket, a couple of thousand. What do you think? Let me know. Would that be good? You know, you could potentially own it for a tenner or something. I don't know. I've never done anything like that before. Would it be a good idea? Maybe you know, whoever wins, I pick them up from Chester train station, come down here, see the place, see the cars, drive this thing home. I don't know. What do you think? But anyway, I'm not sure it's got a permanent home here, because I've already got a very nice Rover. I don't need two, and if I did need two, it's probably going to be an SD1, isn't it? Won't mind an SD1, and it'd have to be a V8 as well. But I'm keeping my eye out for one of those. 4th and 3rd place were quite hard to nail down, and it goes like this. In 4th place is the Capri, and in 3rd place is the Spitfire, and the only reason being for that is that I've done more to that. I've spent more time with it. It's nicer, it's a lot more finished. I've got a big road ahead with this Capri, so it's subject to change. You might see this sneaking well up the ranks, who knows. But look at all these cars. I've wanted to get them lined up like this for so long, just so I could see them and just, you know, the fruits of your labour, just sort of, you know, what have I got, taking stock of everything, you know, of the vehicles. What's this one like? Does this one still run? Does this one move? And they're all, you know, majority of them turnkey operation cars, apart from the P6, which the engine's in the boot of the Passat. But apart from that, they're all pretty much turnkey operation cars. I'm looking forward to showing you the secret one on the trailer, but that's going to be a couple of weeks as well. The secret Ferrari. So yeah, this is brilliant. And look, this video was just a bit of fun. I was just doing a big tidy up, and I thought, you know what, let's just record it and let's just get a, you know, let's just have a look at everything. Bit of fun. And I hope you've enjoyed watching. I hope, you know, it's better than watching EastEnders or something, isn't it? Surely. And I'll catch you on Friday for another video. Hopefully that P6 running. I'll see you soon. Bye.